General Hospital spoilers reveal that I've been tuning into General Hospital for more than 4 decades now, ever since those early afternoons when I'd catch episodes between chores and family dinners, watching Port Charles unfold like a mirror to life's own unpredictable twists. In my 60s these days, with grandchildren of my own running around, the show still pulls me in every single day because it understands that real drama isn't always about explosions or sudden revelations. It's about the quiet, soul-searching choices that redefine who we are. And right now, the storyline centering on Jordan has me absolutely riveted in a way I haven't felt since some of the classic family crises of the past. What we're seeing isn't just another medical setback or workplace complication. It's a profound turning point that's forcing Jordan to weigh her identity, her career, and her very sense of justice against the visible and invisible scars life has handed her. The latest developments have layered in so much emotional depth and high-stakes tension that I find myself replaying episodes, pondering what I'd do in her shoes, and feeling that familiar rush of anticipation for whatever comes next. Let me walk through what's unfolding with Jordan, because the way the writers are handling this feels both raw and refreshingly true to the character's long journey. After that devastating car accident, the one that left her fighting for her life and dealing with the physical aftermath, she's now standing at a crossroads that couldn't be more personal or pivotal. On one side, there's the option of surgery to try to restore her face and neck to something close to how they looked before, a chance to go back to normal, as some might put it. It's tempting, of course, especially for a woman who's always carried herself with such strength and poise in a town full of power plays and hidden dangers. But on the other side lies the harder path, accepting the scars as they are, embracing the changes they represent, and letting them steer her toward a completely different direction in her career and life. I've watched Jordan evolve from a dedicated cop to someone who's navigated the murky waters of politics and private security, and this moment feels like the show is rewarding longtime viewers like me by circling back to her core, the drive for justice that's defined her through every challenge. What makes this so compelling, and where my own take as a devoted fan diverges a bit from what some might expect based on earlier arcs, is how this choice isn't just cosmetic or professional. It's about Jordan potentially stepping away from traditional power structures altogether. In my view, and I could be reading the tea leaves wrong, as I've done before with these slow builds, she's on the verge of a major turning point where she walks away from the kind of authority she's held and instead pursues justice in a freer, more unconventional way. Think about it. The scars aren't just skin deep. They're symbols of everything she survived. And accepting them could mean shedding the constraints of her current role. The evidence has been building subtly in recent episodes, the way she's been reflecting alone, the quiet conversations hinting at dissatisfaction with the compromises she's had to make. It's not the fiery exit we might have seen from her in younger days. This feels more measured, more earned, and it proves a real shift in how the show is portraying resilience. Rather than rushing to fix everything with a miracle procedure, the narrative is lingering on the emotional weight, which keeps the heat turned up high because we know Port Charles rarely lets anyone rest easy. And then there's the Sidwell connection, which adds such a layered complication that it's got me questioning alliances in ways I haven't since some of the old mob entanglements. Jordan has been tangled up with him professionally, dealing with his demands and the ethical gray areas that come with it. But the latest updates suggest a bold new adjustment. She's seriously considering giving up any claims or rights tied to that arrangement. It's as if the accident has crystallized something for her, a realization that staying in that orbit might cost her more than just physical appearance. In my long experience with the show, this kind of internal recalibration often signals bigger changes ahead, and here it's proving that Jordan is undergoing a genuine transformation. One of the new shocks hitting her storyline is how this decision ties directly into her shifting priorities. She's not just healing her body, but rethinking her entire path. The writers have dropped these hints through her interactions, making it clear that abandoning her position with Sidwell isn't a retreat, it's a strategic move towards something purer. I love how this differentiates from the original trajectories we've seen for her before, where loyalty or duty might have kept her locked in. Now, it's personal evolution driving the plot, and it feels authentic to a woman who's seen too much compromise over the years. What really amps up the excitement for me is the emerging thread about a change in Jordan's own calculations, one that's pointing her straight back toward the PCPD. After everything, including the way she's been weighing her future, there's this fresh momentum building where she reconsiders returning to law enforcement in a more hands-on capacity. It's not a simple homecoming. The story is layering in new conditions that make it feel urgent and inevitable. Picture this. With Anna currently absent from the scene, dealing with her own complicated disappearance and the fallout that's left the department in a bit of disarray, Jordan's recalibration could position her perfectly as the new police commissioner. I've been mulling this over, and it solves so many of the questions the show has been raising lately about leadership at the PCPD. Dante has been stepping up admirably in her stead, but the latest developments make it clear he's not fully equipped to handle the escalating real-world pressures and the intricate stories unfolding in Port Charles right now. His focus has been pulled in multiple directions, and while he's reliable, the department needs someone with Jordan's unique blend of experience and fresh perspective. This isn't me inventing drama. The episodes have been planting these seeds through the gaps in command and the subtle hints of unrest, proving how the narrative is adjusting to create this explosive opportunity. The way the story is progressing further and further into uncharted territory has created one of those new obsessions that only General Hospital can deliver so masterfully. Jordan's transformation isn't happening in isolation, it's rippling out, affecting everyone around her and forcing the kind of moral dilemmas that keep us fans debating long after the credits roll. Will she opt for the surgery and try to reclaim her old self, or will she lean into the scars as a catalyst for this career pivot? I've asked myself that repeatedly, and based on what we've seen, I believe the latter path is where the real payoff lies. It would mark a departure from the more predictable resolutions of past storylines, where characters often snapped back to status quo. Here, the show is proving its willingness to evolve Jordan in a way that feels earned and different, less about erasing the past and more about building on it. The tension is palpable, because every episode leaves us wondering if her decision will come before the department's needs become critical, or if Sidwell's lingering influence will complicate things with one final twist. What keeps this arc so hot and addictive is how it mirrors the real struggles many of us over 60 have faced, those moments when life marks you and you have to decide whether to fight to look the same or embrace a new chapter with grace and purpose. Jordan's not portrayed as broken or defeated. She's shown as thoughtful and resilient, which makes her potential rise to commissioner feel like a triumphant recalibration rather than a desperate move. And with Dante stretched thin, unable to guarantee the kind of steady hand the PCPD requires amid all the current chaos, her return would inject exactly the stability and insight the show needs right now. It's the kind of multi-layered plotting that reminds me why I've stayed loyal all these years. The personal stakes blend seamlessly with the professional ones, creating a pressure cooker of anticipation. Will this new obsession with redefining justice pull her into even deeper conflicts, or will it finally give her the freedom she's been seeking? The answers are coming, and they're bound to deliver the kind of emotional payoff that leaves you breathless. As someone who's watched every era of this beloved series, I can't help but appreciate how these adjustments keep the canvas feeling alive and relevant. Jordan's story isn't rushing to a neat conclusion. It's simmering with possibilities that honor her history while pushing her forward in surprising directions. The scars, the choice, the shift away from Sidwell, the calculations leading back to the badge, it's all weaving together into something bigger, a testament to the show's knack for turning personal crises into community-shaping events. I find myself counting the hours until the next episode, eager to see how her decision reshapes not just her life, but the power dynamics across Port Charles. This is the heart of why General Hospital endures. It doesn't shy away from the tough questions, and it rewards patience with storytelling that's as heartfelt as it is thrilling. Whatever Jordan chooses, it's clear the best is yet to come, and I'm right here, remote in hand, ready for every heartfelt moment. The heat is on, friends, and the attractions waiting in the wings promise to keep us all glued to our screens for a long time to come.